Hello everybody, I'm the creator of Shmuggle the Dimension Hopper, and this is going to be a development history so far. And I'm actually going to be writing this as I make the show. So, I'll be able to update it. Script is gonna be one of my first longest videos. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to the shortest act. This is about its predecessor, Red and Black. Red and Black was my first long-running series about stick figures fighting other stick figures that became monsters. I made up the story as I made the episodes. Here's how it started. One day, I went to work with my mom at 7-Eleven, but I got bored, so I decided to animate. Anyway, let me explain the premise of the first episode. The two titular characters, Red and Black, were fighting. Black was winning, and Red didn't like this. So Red decided, look at me, I'm gonna go turn into a giant monster because I'm so cool, and extended their arms at Black. Their arms kept growing and growing to chase Black through, random areas that I invented in my head. And now I know you're thinking that, oh, this is just Shigaraki. But joke's on you, I'm pretty sure I made this before that episode came out, because I made this like 1 or 2 years ago. So actually, they stole it from me! Yeah, you better start paying me, creators of MHA. Anyway, my jokes and tangent aside, during this chase, Black managed to literally break Red's arms in half. Black ran as far as possible, like a coward, and Red turned into even more of a monster. But Red catches up and gains the ability to fly. I didn't really think how this worked, I just kind of never thought about it again. Red chases Black down a city road, turning down another street, but Red is somehow in front of him. Black tried to throw a punch at Red, but he missed. Red mutates again, becoming bigger and stronger as the final fight approaches. The end of this episode is soon. Thank God. Black is about to throw a punch, but then Red pulls out an Uno reverse card, jumps and mutates into a giant. Red smashes Black into the ground over and over again. But then Black suddenly gains the ability to fly and flies out of the pit that was created. Don't you know this? This is basic information. Everybody gains the ability to fly after blunt force trauma. No! Anyway, Black, flying up triumphantly, dodges multiple of Red's attacks, almost getting stomped on by the giant. But Black finally lands a few hits. Red gets forced back into his small form, his normal form, and, they have a conversation, and it goes like this.
What have you done? I stopped you.
Red then suddenly gains the speed of Sonic the Hedgehog and runs away. No, he did not actually gain the speed of Sonic the Hedgehog. What's this? We already used all our writing budget for this act? Damn. That sucks. If you want to hear more about this series, I guess you'll have to go watch a different video I'm gonna make in the future, so watch for that. Anyway, it's time for... It was a day like any other, except it wasn't raining. I was bored, so I decided to go look back at Red and Black, and I was like, editing me here, I'm trying the hardest not to. It's almost 1 a.m. With my new experience, I can make something better. Maybe even with half-coherent lore. So I did what I always did. Except, not actually. So I wrote down some ideas and then I started animating. Normally I would just animate. But finally, after around 4 days of animation, I had animated all my ideas and the first episode of Shmuggle the Dimension Hopper. A 1-minute episode done. A little bit of it was the credits and end message. But I had done it, and with a little bit of moderate success. And I had no idea how far I would actually try to produce a decent story. And now it's time for... Wait a second, this is the shortest act. That means the first one isn't the shortest act. I've lied to the viewers, and now I have to pad out this act so I didn't lie. Well, viewers, it's time for padding. Sit on Santy's lap as I tell you about a wonderful movie, the Bee Movie. So, there was a bee named Barry, and he liked jazz. Did you really think I was gonna make you listen to the Bee Movie? Come on, quickly, let's go. I'm ruining viewer retention. Welcome to Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Wait, this is the wrong script. Okay, let's talk about episode 2, because I don't have a lot of time, I'm tired, it's 1:17 a.m. Episode 2 was the first episode to introduce sound design with custom-made music and sound effects with better animation. One day when I was just sitting around, I decided I'm gonna make episode 2. No scripting, just a couple ideas and storyboards that I made within 2 days. I had started animating episode 2. It took me about 2 weeks to make. I also learned to animate scene by scene instead of making it one big animation file. I just put the scenes together in the editor now instead of having them all be in Flip-A-Clip in one file. And all of this was because my friend told me to invest more in sound. Episode 2 is currently the most viewed episode, sitting at around 39 views. Wow! Holy bazinga! What is this script? I can't curse? No, I can't swear. Damn. Episode 3 is gonna be the best episode yet. Voice acting, more sound design, maybe even more custom music, I don't know. But the development history of episode 3 actually has a couple dramas. The main drama in the original one is that one of my voice actors quit twice. I had to let them go after that. Well, I suggested they take a permanent break. The other one was that one of my voice actors and me stopped being friends, and I let them go from the team. It's sad these things happen, but I've moved on, mostly. It happens. I even stopped working on episode 3 for a bit because of one of the later dramas. But I'm back in action, and episode 3 is going to be better than ever, and hopefully releasing soon. I can't reveal much, because the episode's going to be peak. That's all I can reveal. But to make it up to you, I will reveal the full storyboards for episode 3 in a YouTube post. Also, if you want to see any developments, sneak peeks, then go to my Discord, which is linked in the description. Anyway, it's time for the outro. So this is the outro, huh? I could get used to this place. Immediately dies. Anyway, sorry, Gummy Goo, I didn't mean to make fun of you. I'm sure this video was super duper long and not like 9 minutes or something. That'd be crazy. But wasn't it fun? There was a section about me complaining about YouTube, but I'm not gonna do that anymore because they fixed their mistake and actually listened to me for once. Anyway, thank you to the current voice actors in my Discord server. Thanks to you, the viewer, for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos!